Good morning, how are we all doing today? Today is calmer, gentle winds and we have blue skies, so hope we're all doing well. I'm just in Lincolnshire, so I've got my chair out today, little fold up chair, and I'm going to have a brew and some of the pop dots from the co-op. They're like little mini donuts. Have a look at these. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm going to sit there, and I've got binoculars as well, so if you hear the birds singing, they've got the skylarks and buzzards out. I think I've seen a couple of hooper swans go over as well, and I'm going to enjoy the sun for a bit. Yeah, so beautiful day, time for a brew. I've got the big flask. I need to get a decent flask really, because this one doesn't seem to hold the heat very well. None of them do, but I think it's because people always give me cheap flasks, so I've bought cheap flasks. So I'm going to try and get a decent one. My mum said what she used to do is she'd make the coffee or the tea and then put it in the microwave to make it hotter and then put it in. Or you could just put the milk in afterwards, but I've just whacked it all in together. So I'm going to have a brew and a pop dot, sharing moments. They're like mini donuts, really. The weather's so much better today. Yesterday I had to keep going out. I'd go out 10 seconds, it'd be sunny. Next 10 seconds, be hailed, and 10 seconds after that, rain, and back to sunny. High winds as well. It's got to be at least 12 today, I reckon. Not losing brew. So I want to make more of these videos, and I'm trying to have a setup so I've got cameras all around the van, and I want them ones you see with a chain on as well, so I can record without holding a phone up or a camera. One around the neck, that would be pretty cool. But I'm gutted because if my audio quality is shit, it's because I forgot to bring my microphones. Well, I didn't forget, I wasn't planning on doing it and I left in a rush. But I've got the back door vans open today. I'll show you that in a bit. And then I'll go through some of the stuff that I got in the back of the van as well. So I've got a tray just for the van, fixing it with loads of bits in. And my little picnic basket, but I'm gonna try and find a nice carry case for it. The basket's all right, but everything I've got is black and all organised. I quite like it, but a lot of people like that old wicker and stuff like that and that homely feel, but I want it all sort of just black, modern, in the back, tactical stuff. Right, these ones are Strawberry Sensation. I don't know what these are. There's another flavour. Look at them bad boys. Not the healthiest, but quite nice to sit, have a brew and chill out. Watch the world go by. There is farmers cutting around. There's one working in the field over there. And then there's another one over there. But, you know, Lincolnshire's nice. Got my homemade reverse tie-dye hoodie on. And I managed to get Travel Lodge tonight. So, Travel Lodge only turned out to be about £28, which is bargain. So, get myself some toilet roll. A couple of free cups of tea and coffee. Well, not free, it comes with it. And you know, shower and some fresh towels and that, charge all my appliances up. Worth it really. And then I'm going to head up north a little bit further, so I'm going to go to Bridlington, seaside town. I've been up there before. It's all right. It's quite nice. I stayed at a B&B last time I was up there, which was quite funny because I got there and I was like, this isn't advertised very well. So I literally went on booking.com, found something reasonably priced. It looked like a lodge, but it turned out it was a big house. But I got there and I rung the guy and he was like, when you get in there? And I was like, I'm already here. And he's like, oh. And he didn't even realise I'd done the booking. And he was obviously a joiner and carpenter. And everything in the house was handmade, all wooden bed, chopping boards, everything, like whole handmade doors with planks and stuff like that, with horseshoes on. It was really nice. Should have got a video of it. I might stay up there tomorrow and see if I can book it. But when I got there, I rang him. I was like, when you go on booking.com, you booked it, then the picture is tiny afterwards, so I couldn't zoom in on the picture. So I was there looking at this picture, parked up on the side of the road. I rang him. I was just like, I just want to check before I go in that I'm not parked up in some random's drive. And then I ended up getting in the end. It's quite nice. And the young girl turned up and she was like really helpful and trying to help. It just turned out I was their first ever booking. And yeah, and I said I'd book again. I'm going to see if they will make me a homemade chopping board, like a really nice one, so keep in the van. That'd be really cool. Yeah, so yeah, I'll probably head up there and then I'll head down through Grimsby in a couple of days, down to Tetney Way, stop off there in Lincolnshire, and then I'm going to drive all the way down to Peterborough March Way. And go down there. March, quite nice little town, village, I don't know what you call it. They're known for, they got the domestic geese running around the city centre or the town centre. I was watching them. They were standing outside like Poundland or somewhere. I wasn't expecting that when I come around the corner after I've been watching geese all day. To go see some geese. But yeah, I'll go through a couple of things in the van and that, and probably go for a walk, and we'll see what we get up to. Right, so I mentioned yesterday I have these supermarket trays in the back, and I had one just for bits and pieces that I picked up over time just to fix the van and little things that I need. So I had a puncture on my wheel the other week, and I was on the farm. Bit sharp granite went into the tyre, popped instantly. I had 3 random jacks in the van. The points on the van were kind of eroded, so I spent ages trying to jack it up. So I had the wrong sort of jacks. I eventually did get it up, put the wheel on. Eventually got the wheel on. I had to crack the nuts with this tiny little tool because I didn't grab all the right bits, and I spent ages trying to crack it, stuff like that. Eventually got it off. It took me about an hour or two to get the jack on the point on the van, because they're all like, some were broken, some were old and stuff like that. So I ended up going, eventually cracking it, getting changed, put the spare wheel on. Once I put the spare wheel on, right, there was no air in it. There was the tiniest bit of air. I was like, oh, fuck's sake. So, and I purposely got that tyre put on as well, just to, like, I just purposely got that tyre put on the spare wheel and kept in the van, just in case that happened. And I had some tools in there, but none of the right bits. So, this annoying thing was, the day before I was in Tesco and I was looking at an air compressor, and I thought, oh, I'll buy it next week. And then I needed it the next day, so that was annoying. and then eventually got it on, went down to Quick Fit to get the tyre. They were too busy, and I spent all day trying to get the tyre replaced. I ended up finding the place, and then when they were doing it, I said, can you check my spare tyre as well, when they were changing it? And the person who'd done it in Plymouth had put a dodgy fucking, they hadn't done it right and it messed up the tyre, so that's why it wasn't, that's why that had gone down as well. So as soon as I got back, I ended up going through all my bits and pieces that I need. So I binned my other jacks, and then I got this one because that's much better, and it's got that flat point on it, and then I could just lift it straight underneath. That's one thing there. Tyre iron as well. You need towel, always need towel, and a rag as well. This is the, I can't remember where I got it from, but as soon as I got back, I went and bought one, and I've been using it non-stop. So when I'm going over these farms and places and that, it's not, these tyres and this van isn't designed the best, and there's rocks and sharp stones everywhere, so I've got that in there as well. And then I've got a fuel can as well. I need to fill that up. I got my doesn't tell me my fuel gauge is broken on my van, so I need to keep an eye on it, but it does come on when I'm getting low. But if that breaks, then I could end up out of fuel or get caught out one time, so I'm going to fill that up and keep in there as well. I got an old bag as well, bag of tools, and then tape measure, moles, another little wheel nut thing, hammer and Stanley knives, and random tools that I keep. Now I've got a toolbox in there as well that I keep. I've got some coolant. I'm going to get some oil as well to keep in here. Right, tape. Always need tape. This thing, I think I got more tape on my van than I have metal now. So someone smashed my window the other week. I had to tape that up. Literally, I had a fuel leak the other day, and I taped it up and it stopped the leak just temporarily as well. And I've got another, this one, got tyre gauge. It's got a tyre iron in there as well. Check it down. Right, and this as well is a knee pad as well. So that's really cool. And you've got your little bits and pieces for pressure. That's really cool as well. It came with a torch, and the bottom of it is magnetic. So I can literally stick it on the van like there. You need it. And I keep that all in there. It's quite funny actually, because I was looking at it and I was like, I seen it and it was on offer for like £8 or something like that in Lidl. And I was like, whenever I look at something now and I think, oh, I should get that, I buy it. So soon as I bought that, I had it in the front, I got it out and I was looking at it. And then I was driving home, someone had a flat tyre, and it was an old guy, and he had like a brand new 4x4, had all perfect jack, everything like that, but he couldn't crack the last nut. And I had this ready, so I literally jumped out of the car, and he went, can't crack the last nut. I went, 2 secs, grabbed that, cracked the nut, and then went again. So that was my good deed for the day. And then I just kind of fit all in there. So, tyre iron, jack, oil, fuel. Air compressor. Tools, and that's one little bag I got in there. So I'm going to keep adding to that as I go and keeping it back. And then my other ones are these. I've got all my camping gear in. So it looks like a nice spot there. I've got a little tree and a bench here. I wonder if the farmers put that there for his missus, for them to sit down. We're gonna have a little walk around. It's beautiful. Yeah, so hopefully it's like this at the weekend. So I've got to try and find some sites poor Ella. I'm not gonna, because she's only 5, I'm not gonna take her out. And while camp, we'll probably just go to a campsite and get a pitch, or there's some nice ones where you can go into the woodlands and stuff like that. So I'm gonna walk up here and have a look, and then think about what I'm gonna do while watching some birds. So, like I said before, get the tent, get the chairs, I'll get the cool box as well. So I want one that plugs into the cigarette lighter and one that plugs in to normal mains. So that way I can, when I come up on the journey, I can just save money, because if you eat at services and stuff like that, or meal deal, it all starts adding up. So I'll save money, keep the cool box in the van on the way up, and then when if I get to a hotel, I can also plug it in there as well. So I'm getting there. Also, I need to get some propane for my gas cooker and cook up some steaks and stuff. And then I want to get a little mini gas cooker, some extra gas, maybe some like a metal mess tins, or you know, the metal mugs as well. What else we have? Some hanging lights and stuff like that. I want to order some stuff from China, but it can take so long to get here that I might just order it or go to the shop and get stuff. So for example, I want one of these police patrol bags to sit in the front of the van, and that way I can have my laptop, iPad, phone, flask, everything sitting on there, and it clips on the head rest bit of the seat, so it doesn't fall off and it sits there. So when I'm doing work, I've got clipboards and paperwork and stuff like that. So right, here's the bench. This is nice. We got a little bench and a tree. It's got a plaque on it as well, so let's have a read. '44 to 2018. I've got some flowers there. It's nice little bench sitting out here. So let's sit down on it. Oh, yeah. Same colour, blend in. That's alright, isn't it? I wonder if we just come up here and watch the sunset or the sunrise. Look over the fields. Perfect. There's my little setup for today, and you got the rake behind you in the yellow, beautiful. It all goes all the way along. Beautiful day. Wind's got up a little bit, but still just light breeze. And you hear the skylarks. Yeah, so beautiful. I'm gonna come back in a week and I'm gonna bring some equipment, microphones, some stands. I'm gonna start getting a few more bits so I can record some stuff. Yeah, see, one life, gotta live it, gotta be out here enjoying it. So because I've not planned this very well, I'm already noticing what I need, and power, electric, to keep my phone charged, my tablet charged and stuff like that. I've got a leisure battery in there in the van that I'm going to turn into a little charging port. I forgot to bring my power bank, so I've got a little power bank as well. I wouldn't mind getting a few bits and pieces, little solar panel, just to sort of charge it up as there. I do have one that goes in a cigarette lighter, so I've got a nice little one, and it's got 2 cigarette lighters on. It goes into my cigarette lighter, and then it opens up to 2 cigarette lighter, 12 volt is it? Well, I don't know. And then 2 USBs as well. So I use that, but I've got to have the engine running for that because my battery drained the car battery. So yeah, there's some more things I've got to think about when I'm getting out here, but I'm getting things sorted. I'm going to order a load more bits and some stands. I did have some selfie sticks and things, but I broke them. But tomorrow I'm going to plan a better video. Obviously I said I was in a hotel tonight, but tomorrow night I'm probably going to spend the night in the van and get and sleep in there. so I've got to make sure I've got enough power and stuff. But I will be driving back on Friday, and then get my daughter, and then we're going to go outdoors. I've already been on the website. I've got a whole list of things I need to get. Tent, some new chairs, and loads of bits and pieces. I want to get a new flask. I don't know if I should get that from there or not. I'll have a look and get a few bits, and then get out camping on Saturday. I'm going to do a video then as well. So this is my picnic basket, and this is where I keep all my cutlery and crockery and stuff like that. It's lightweight. It's only a few kilos. Everything's got in there plastic. I'm eventually going to get a nice, more organised one that I can hang up in the van and slide under, and so it suits all the other stuff. But this one's perfect. So I'm going to stop for some lunch in a minute, make a sandwich and stuff like that. So this always comes in handy when I'm out and about. So if you need a plate and knife support, so everything is in there. So I've got big bowls, got all my big plates underneath, got a chopping board underneath. These, you're having a burger, I think, put them on the burger. Little plates, corkscrew, bottle opener, knives, forks. These things are corn on the cob if you're having a barbecue like that. Lighter, tin opener if I'm with Ella and we open drinks. I've got these little caps that go on the top of cans and stuff like that. A little metal cup. Oh, this thing goes on the side of your plate. I can put dips and stuff in it as well. And then I've got plastic cups as well in there. These cool little plastic wine ones. And because it's all plastic, it's all really lightweight, no extra weight in the van. And I'm going to make sandwich, so I'll use the knife and plates and stuff in a second. That's pretty cool. There it is. I'm just making a little sandwich. So we've got some slices of roast chicken breast, some beef, cheese, coleslaw, and some tiger bloomer as well. And just sort of make a nice sandwich. That's good. You get it all plate out and fork and bits and pieces. So this thing comes in handy, especially if you're having a barbecue as well. You can stop off. Got a buzzard out. Beautiful day. East Toft Way. Army Joe's out in his field. A lot of stuff going these segregation. Beautiful, better day than yesterday. 100%. Less wind, no rain, clear skies. Got a gull. Beautiful. We've got a helicopter out. I don't think that's the neighbouring farm's helicopter, but the farm over there have their own helicopter. I'll watch it come in and land, then go off for 10 minutes, and then it comes back. Apparently it's a pretty big guy who owns it, and he was like, he can fit just 2 of him in and just... Right, I'm gonna call it a day there. I did move location. I've been sitting here for the last few hours with me trusty blue chair. But I'm gonna hit the road. I'm gonna head up to Doncaster Services, Hatfield, the M18, wherever it's called. I've got a cheap room there tonight. I'm gonna charge up all my equipment, and then I'm gonna head up to Bridleton tomorrow and do some work up there. And I'm not going to stay up there because I doubt I'm going to get a place, seaside town, and then head back down to Lincolnshire, and then I'm going to go down to Cambridgeshire after that. So I'll do another video tomorrow. Take it easy.
Lincolnshire.